somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm jaded. Most of the things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you chase. You'll try to come back when you faint. I always want the truth, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not fake. You wanna get with me, stop. Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm jaded. Most of these things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you chase.
Taking out pieces of cut ribbon that I used to use. It's no longer in my brand coders anymore. So not only am I moving some of my stuff around, trying to clean up my room and just have more space, because we're going to be actually starting a collection soon. And I'll go ahead and just really do something because I was bored. So. And I had already cleaned up on my bed too, so that's good. And then all this wrap that I used for my previous lunch when I was doing bubble melts, and then I did those other jars, but I ended up actually not liking them, and I just completely changed over. Even though I know it was quick, and there was like no point of me ever doing those 2 lunches with those first black jars and with those wax melts, because they sucked and my quality sucked, my engagement sucked. So I mean, it taught me a few things, and I have knowledge and supplies, and was able to sell some of their supplies too. But I know that I didn't put my all into those, even with testing. Like, well, so those scents did do good. They actually did good in the candles. But I know I just, you know, what I know now, my branding now is a lot better than when I first started. I feel like I just did anything. I just thought, oh, this is cute. And I tried to make a vision come true that actually didn't even go together. Like, I was just doing something. And I probably honestly did put all this testing either. So I took them right back off the market when they didn't sell the first few days. I'm like, you know what? Let's not do that. Oh, not only that, I did it again because I moved too quick. So I did it again with the other jars that I was using, basically the same jars I'm using now, but the wider ones, I did the same thing because, well, a little bit. I had scents and they actually did really, really good. They smelled really, really good. It's just that I couldn't get the wicking right. And I was gonna sell them like that. They were safe because, like, they weren't the best. It wasn't the best formula and wick and stuff, but it smelled amazing. But the wick sucked. Like, it was safe, but the wick sucked. Like, y'all remember that sooting and then the smoke trails? Like, that wick just sucked for some reason. I don't know what it was. And then when I tried to double wick it and try different wicks, those didn't work. Like, they would not stay lit, or they had bad hot throw. And even if they had good hot throw, they would just not stay lit. So, but those jars should be single wick. You can double wick them. But I wasn't successful in doing that because if I used a wick that was, you know, single wick, it would like smoke. It would smoke and soot a lot. But if I used one that was small enough to double wick and it didn't do that, then it won't stay lit, or it will stay lit until the end or the bottom or the middle of the jar, and when a flame on the inside, and it would just extinguish. So I did do more research for that one, but I was just gonna go with basically just the fact that I didn't find the perfect wick when I was single wicking. I was still using those LX wicks that sucked. I was just gonna go with that because in my head I'm like, okay, it's safe, you know, and as long as it's safe and because it burned good, it smelled good, I was like, you know, it's fine. But then I got really self-conscious about people not liking, and just honestly, in general, I just did not like that smoke that was coming off. Like, it was just always a trail of soot for no reason. It's like, bro, I just lit you, and you burn perfect. You don't even burn hot. So I don't know. It's like no other wick would stay lit in those. And even when I tried double wicking with the lower size LX wicks, it burned too hot, double wicking. So it's like, I just could not wick those jars. I think I did do good. I did do a lot better with those 10-ounce jars, but I just couldn't get the wicking right because I had the double wick and the single wick was blowing off too much. But yeah, I don't think I really did bad with those. I think it was just the fact that I was just gonna settle. I was gonna settle for the single wick version because it burned good and it smelled really good, but I was gonna settle for that smoke trail, honestly. Then I said, you know what, let me not do that. And thank God I actually ended up being able to stay in the same family of jar style and find the basically exact same jar, just a smaller size. So it only needed to be single wick, and I found a recipe for it. But yeah, I'm still trying to decide on whether since I have more income coming in, I'm trying to decide on whether I want more sample scents, on whether because I feel like I'm settling for the scents that I have now because I was on a budget, and I bought a few scents, like a few fragrances that I could sample. I tried them. I found 4 that work really good, but those aren't scents that I want to start out with. Like those aren't scents that I'm like truly proud of. Like one of them, like I'm proud of, but the other 3 is like, I don't know. I think it's because I felt like, you know, I had limited options. I feel like I'm just going with those because they work. Like, don't get me wrong, they work, so that's good. But I feel like I want different scents. I want to try different scents. I don't want to just put it out there and then I didn't try anymore. Like I don't know if that makes sense because I'm not settling because they work. I don't know if that makes sense because they're good scents. It's just I think there's a lot more to try, and I don't feel content in only using the first few that I tried that worked. Basically, what I'm trying to say. I don't feel content with my choices or with my selection because I know there's a lot more out there. But I will say that I'm also trying to remind myself that, like, it's not like this is the only sense that I can do. Like, when I put those out, I mean, I get it because it's like it's important to me to have a good like lunching strategy and have like good lunching sense. I think that's what's important. But I also have to remind myself that, hey, when you put these out, if you want to put out more, you know you can do that, right? Like, you do know that if you want to put out another scent the next day after your first lunch, you can do that. If the scents that you wanted originally want to try, and you try them after the lunch, you can still add them in. You know, but I think it's just the fact that I know that there's more I could have tried, and it's important because it's a lunch. You know, it's kind of sentimental, and then I wouldn't feel as best going into it knowing that I didn't try as many scents as possible and find the best ones for a lunch. But I want to try different suppliers like Waxy Flower. They have cheaper oils, but I don't want to sacrifice. I know I'm not gonna sacrifice quality, but I think I'm trying to say it like, I feel like they're not gonna have complex scents. I feel like Waxy Flower does not have complex scents. So like it's like strawberry or guava or sugar cookie. Like, cause and I was also thinking about scents. It's taking me a while to lunch, and if I want to add in more scents and try more scents before I officially lunch, when I could just lunch with the 4 that I do have. If I'm going to prolong it by trying more scents before I lunch the other ones and be content on the scent, then I might as well wait and just honestly start with the Christmas collection, winter collection. Because, and I figured this out too, because a lot of businesses start early with their testing and in production for stuff like that. They start early, like months earlier. Like, if this is the time that people start, I need to start too then, because honestly, my main thing for candles, I am most excited for the Christmas/winter collection. That is the collection that I have been waiting for. So if I launched in on Christmas, time or October time, I'm fine with that. But my thing also with that was my shop hasn't been open for almost a year now, maybe even 2. My shop hasn't been open for a while, so it's like, and I've been doing, because I still promote now, which thank God I'm able to do that. Like, I post constantly, even the same clips, different clips, or whatever. I post constantly still to keep my engagement and to keep followers coming up and, tell people to use my products and show them, hey, I'm making progress, It's just taking me a little time on testing or making a collection type thing. So thank God I'm still blessed to be able to have people coming in and people who are honestly excited for when I do release and stuff like that. So that's cool. But I thought it would be a little weird because people haven't bought from me before, and they'd be buying a candle around winter time instead of like a regular collection like I release on winter, like around winter. But they haven't bought anything from me prior, and people put a lot of money into winter stuff, like as a business owner. So it's like I don't want that to flop because I'm just not coming out. So I thought it'd be weird. Still a possibility though. And then I felt like I would be rushing it because I feel like because I'm already afraid to try different suppliers. And Candleside doesn't have a lot of the scents that I want to try, like sugar cookie and like Christmas cookies. It doesn't really have a lot of the Christmas scents that I want to try, and it's from different companies. But I don't know about the quality of different. I haven't tried much different companies, and when I have, it didn't really work out. So, and also that's not where I get my supplies. And I try to lump everything together as best as I can to save on shipping costs. And honestly, I just like to lump things in one anyway. I don't like necessarily spreading like stuff out, like, oh, I get fragrance oils from here, and I get 3 from here, and I get 2 from here, and I get 20 from here. I necessarily didn't really like that, but I'm learning, like, one, I'm growing into the excitement for that, like, hey, I got different suppliers. And also the fact that I'm getting to work with different people. I can get different PR packages sent to me. I can work with so many different companies, sponsorships and stuff like that. I just, and then there's a lot more variety in their fragrances and their branding and stuff. So I'm starting to think it's cool now, and I'm starting to actually trying to get into the mindset, because I've been trying to get that mindset because I'm so like I don't know, minimalist or like one-minded. It's like I want everything to be from here. But now I'm getting to the mindset of like, okay, I like their scents. I want to work with them too. I like them too. So, and I'm glad I'm actually on my mind about that. And I'm also glad they fit in here. Like, I didn't think they were going to. I thought I was wasting my time, but I'm glad I wasn't. And I'm glad I also separated these because I was saving my bubble wrap for packaging, especially this one because I have a whole roll of this still from Uline. And it is eco-friendly, but it's still plastic, still bubble wrap. I was saving it, but then because you know we ain't trying to waste money. But then again, it's like I have so much of this, in which I wasn't gonna use when I was doing with my other businesses. I wasn't gonna use it because I was like, oh, this is not my brand, and I still wasn't gonna use it now because I'd rather have it like legit, like my logo on it and branded, because I'm extra. And then I was like, you know what? I could actually use this because this actually is a part of my branding now. This type of color and like texture. So this will actually be really good. But yeah, so I saved it as bubble wrap, but I'm probably not gonna use it for my candles because I have, since working at my new job, since we have like new boxes and stuff coming in, since we have like new books and stuff, so we have like boxes that are open, and they use like the paper, like they use like the brown wrapping paper, like that thick paper that you can crumple up. They use that instead of bubble wrap and instead of packing peanuts. They use that. So I've been saving, and thank God I can. I've been saving all that paper, and I'm gonna and like a little trash bag in the back of the storage room, and I'm gonna bring that back. So that's what I'm gonna be using. Yeah, I'm gonna you know, repurpose that and recycle it and use that for my packaging. So not only am I gonna have, you know, we need thermal wrap because it's candles and it's been really hot. Like today was 94 degrees. It's been hot. And cornstarch packing peanuts so they dissolve in water, so eco-friendly. Well, this paper is so like long, and I think I've already cut this. I think this is already being cut. This is so long. Like, you know how much I can get out of this? And not only that, I have a big box that's in my bed. I have like, what, 4,000 sheets or something like that? 4,000 sheets, and I can cut it in half. And then probably in half again right on my candle. Because these are not going to be really for protection. These are just going to be a part of branding. So like, you know how like a lot of people, I forgot what they called it, but when they would wrap the candle in the paper and then like bend it a certain way, like fold it like origami or something at the top, and they put a wax seal on it. I'm going to put a wax seal on mine. So basically that's basically what it's going to be. I'm going to wax seal it. I was thinking about putting a wax seal on both ends, but I was like, that's wasting an extra 10 cents that I ain't gonna waste. So why not let's waste 1 cent, maybe 5 cents with the sticker. So use a sticker at the bottom and then use the wax seal at the top. And I want to put these in here. It will make sense because I wrap the candle in these, and this is gonna be used to wrap too. And I'm also trying to see, do I want to wrap the candles in it? I feel that they're protected more from the heat and melting, but I'm afraid that, well, not afraid, I know it's gonna be ugly. It's ugly. So, but it's like the perfect length now basically for me to just wrap it because like it's already pre-cut. But I'm thinking about just wrapping, you know, layering the bottom and the sides of the box with it, because I think that'll still help. I feel like it'll help more or be more efficient if wrapped around the actual object, but I think it's still just as good to have it around the box to keep the heat out in general.
time I look into your eyes, I see it. You're all I need. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it.
Just to get back for that I had days full of you. Before it winds down into the memories, it's all just memories now.
Don't you love when I come around? Somebody fill you up, then I take you down. Don't you love when I come around? Somebody fill you up, then I take you.
I'm so cold, you got me out here. I've been taking on all this baggage, adding on so much weight. Had me thinking that I was average, when you're really the plan. All you need, but I was wrong, she was wrong. Hey, how you gonna throw it away? How you gonna sit and act like it was nothing? Yeah, how you gonna throw it away? How you gonna think it's so damn hard to explain? How you gonna throw it away and say my love that was not the same? Yeah, how you gonna throw it away? Throw it away, throw it away. Acting like the same and nothing to you is your tongue. Fronting like you numb, it got me gone. Only about yourself. Wanna find somebody else, so why put up with this? Why did
Yeah, I was like letting this like unsolidify. I had the lid up. That scared me. It skeeted so far high. It's on my printer, a little bit on my phone. Yeah, that scared me so bad. I see why you leave the lid on then. Okay, oh, that scared me.
you said you hold me down forever, but you lied to me, lied to me. You gotta be mental in the head. I've been taking on all this baggage, adding on so much weight. Had me thinking that I was average, when you're really the plan. How you gonna throw it away? How you gonna sit and act like it was nothing? How you gonna throw it away? How you gonna
I've been on top for a while. That's how I chip it to the moon. Fast car make gon' vroom vroom. Take it to the boom boom boom. I'm a visionary. I got the niggas scared. Bought a big paddock with a brand new wrist set. Inside a new Maybach coupe in a butter jelly. I'm sliding in the road, sliding in the lemon, sliding in the Benz. Been working on my confidence and respect. I get a lot of it. I don't ever mean to contradict. If it's up, then it's up with us. Tryna pour another cup with us. See my brother sitting mud with me. My bitch is a 10, my dad in the wind. I fought at the wind. My dog just caught another body, now he's popping Xannies again. Caught his ass slipping at the cul-de-sac. Sliding on the Osland toe tag. Just in Miami, I was chilling with a Zoes at. In the Rolls Royce, I don't need a low jack. Keep the 45, I had to hold it. Gotta ride with it, cause I'm chosen. I just pulled up, won't let me land. Playing dice with mustard, bet it on the photo team. I remember wondering what I'm gonna eat. Pull up that Bentley with no key. I've been on top for a while. That's how I chip it to the moon. Fast car make gon' vroom vroom. Bring it to the boom boom boom. I'm a visionary. I got the niggas scared. Bought a big paddock with a brand new wrist set. Inside a new Maybach coupe in a butter jelly.